Hello, children. This is chapter 7 of the London Eye mystery. I believe Miss Carslake read chapter 6 a couple of days ago. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded it sooner. I don't have any excuses other than I forgot. I'm really sorry. So once again, like I said, I haven't got my paper copy of my book, Sad Times, so I am reading it from my Kindle app there. I don't know if you can see. I've got all my books there that I've been reading. So here it goes. This is chapter 7 and it is called, just pull it up. This is chapter 7 and it's called The Wheel Turns. So here we go. Let's see if we can follow Salem on his way round, Kat said. The pod he was in was rising. By walking backwards, he found we could track it as it slowly arced from 6 o'clock anti-clockwise to 4 o'clock. While we watched, I started to tell Kat the facts I knew about the eye, how it was not really a Ferris wheel at all, and how on a clear day you can see it for 25 miles away. But she interrupted me and said, "Do you like Salem, Ted?" "Oh, he's our cousin," I said, "which means we share 50% of our gene pool." "Yeah, but do you like him?" Don't you feel anything? Ever?" "I like him. He's my friend." She nodded. "He's cute." "Cute," I said. "Cat calls lots of things cute, including cats, football players, movie stars, and skirts and babies, which means that cute doesn't mean much, because if everything's cute, what isn't? Me, I suppose. I don't suppose Cat would ever call me cute." "Salem's a mosher," I said. "A mosher?" "It's northern for casual cool dude," I said. "And he gets lonely, he told me." "Really?" Cat sounded impressed. "Perhaps it's having to move to New York. I'd be lonely if I had to leave all my friends." We kept watching the London Eye go round. It was like a huge clock, only going anti-clockwise. Salem's pod moved from 3 o'clock to 2 o'clock, just as an aeroplane flew low overhead. "Cat," I said. "What?" "What does it mean when something is up your street?" "Huh?" Salem said, "The Tempest would be right up my street. He acted in it at school last term." Cat laughed. "We've been reading it at school too. Mr. Moynihan keeps making me read Miranda's part, and she's such a bloomin' dish rag." I considered this. "So it's not up your street?" "No way." The pod was nearing 1 o'clock. "What do you think of Auntie Glow?" Kat asked. I remembered what Dad said about her leaving a trail of devastation in her wake. Then I remembered how she'd said I was like Andy Warhol, a cultural icon. I don't know. Me neither. I heard Dad say to Mum that Auntie Glow drives him bananas, and I found 2 empty bottles of wine on top of the fridge. In my mind's eye, Aunt Gloria turned into a motorist with driving goggles and a huge consignment of bananas in the back seat. "You mean she drives him bananas the same way I drive you nuts?" I said. "Bananas, nuts, round the bend, off your trolley, whatever." She laughed and I joined in, because it showed I knew what she meant even if I wasn't sure what was funny about Aunt Gloria making Dad feel insane. Then Salem's pod got to the highest point, 12 o'clock, and we both said, "Now!" at the same time, and laughed again, and this time I meant the laugh. We'd been tracking the same pod, the exact one Salem was in. My watch said 11:47. He was right on schedule, and at the top, the sun made the glass shine. The pod sank slowly to 9 o'clock. I remembered from the time we'd gone up before, how, near the end of the ride, a souvenir photograph is taken automatically. The London Eye managers have fixed a camera into position so that a good shot of everyone is possible against the backdrop of Big Ben. It happened somewhere between 8 and 7 o'clock. I saw the dark figure inside Salem's pod gather to one side. Facing out northeast to where the camera was, I even made out a flash. Then we walked back to where we'd arranged to meet Salem and waited for his pod to land. At 12:02 precisely, it came back to Earth. The pod doors opened. A group of 6 grown-up Japanese tourists came out first. Then came a fat woman and a woman with 2 small boys who were also fat, which probably meant they all ate too much convenience food and needed to improve their diet. The girl in the fluffy jacket followed, arm in arm with her boyfriend. A big burly man in a raincoat with white hair and a briefcase came out next. He looked like he should have been getting off a commuter train, not the eye. And then came a tall, thin, blonde lady, holding hands with a grey-haired man who was much shorter than her. Finally, two African women in flowing, colourful robes came out, laughing, like they'd just been at the fun fair. 4 children of various ages were with them, and they looked very happy. But of Salem, there was no sign. I knew straight away that something was wrong. I said. Kat screwed up her face. I could have sworn he was in that one with the Japanese. The passengers wandered off in different directions. He must be on the next one. We waited, but he wasn't. Nor the one after, or the one after that. A bad feeling slithered up my esophagus. Stay here, Kat said, gripping my hand. Don't move. She dropped my hand and ran off. I didn't like being left on my own in those crowds. I kept blinking and looking around, thinking Salem would rematerialise. Then I started to think I'd lost Kat too. Then I realised I didn't know how to find Mum and Aunt Gloria, which meant I was lost as well. My hand flopped, and I forgot about trying to stop it. Then Kat came back. No sign of Salem? No, Kat. I bought this, she said. A souvenir photo. I looked at all of them. The ones before and the ones after, but I couldn't find any with Salem in. This is the one with the Japanese and the African ladies. She showed me the photograph and looked at the faces of strangers, smiling and waving at the camera. Various bits of people were chopped off as the pod had been quite full. You could see half a face here, an arm waving there, but nothing that looked remotely like Salem. Salem isn't there, I said. Then I said, Salem has disappeared. Kat groaned. Mum and Auntie Glo are going to be livid. That's the end of the chapter. Hope you enjoyed it. Chapter 8 will be out tomorrow. Bye.